Hello, darlings. It's me again. Um, I'm on my mission to, create the world's most beautiful sounding language, and there are other reasons too why I believe this is an important project that should be taken seriously. But nobody takes me seriously. Nobody gives a damn whether I live or die, to be quite frank. Nobody. Anyway, let's get away from the fact of nobody cares whether I live or die. I've been doing some translating of. I've been concentrating in the long bleeding line of there must be possibly about 500 different conlangs. This one here, Telechirea. I think I'm saying it properly, but I'm not sure. Oh God, it's so frustrating. What was I doing? I was doing lingo because that's the name of the language, and it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Often, a lot of the languages, I mean the conlangs in this app, the name of the language is sometimes it's word, sometimes it's language, lingo, speech, all of that type of thing, which makes sense. And if I remember correctly, I think some languages that are real languages, actually the name of the languages is the name of something like speech or word or something like that in the language, and to me that makes logical sense. Now I came across in the thing because I was listening to how to actually provisionally pronounce the words, and I've been using the text reader. It's how I learnt to say telechirea properly, and then I was mucking up all the time and saying it wrong. And there was the bleeding bloody sentence, my grandmother speaks a bit of Yiddish, which has its own unique lingo. I thought, oh, how do you say grandmother? And then it's one of the reasons why I love this particular app so much, because you have complete and gods, is it stop? You have complete and absolute control over. I really want to move this and I can't. It's stuck there, but it's in the way. So like here, I just put in what grandmother is, if the bleeding thing can get out of the way. Oh Lord, love us. Oh, so because grandmother FG is covered by the little house. So if I push it, God knows what happens. Oh no! I've told you what happens. Oh no, something's gone wrong. Oh God. Oh, it's a mother of shit. Oh, we're here. Right, we're free to be able to say grandmother. Grandmother. And look at that. How the hell do you say that? And so what I do is I get the word grandmother and I go to, where is it? Not there. Oh God. It's not there. It's here. And here, and then, oh no, but you go to Chat GPT, wherever the hell ChatGPT is. ChatGPT, where are you? Oh, there it is. Is that you, ChatGPT? Oh my god. So we had 60 sentences using the word grandmother. Grandmother. And it's amazing how it does this. If it does what it's supposed to do, in a very short amount of time, you get 60 sentences using the word grandmother. It's just unbelievable. And it's just, I can't type that fast. If you asked me quickly, I want 60 sentences using the word grandmother. And, hurry up. I want it done in under a minute. I would not be able to do that. It'd be an interesting thing. Can you do 60 sentences using the word grandmother in under a minute? And do hurry up. God, my grandmother was my role model. Oh no, she wasn't. Couldn't stand her, to be honest. My grandmother loved to sing in the choir. I have no idea. I never knew my grandmother. My grandmother was a wise woman who had lived through many experiences. No, total lies. My grandmother had a heart of gold. No, that is true. She had a heart attack because there was too much gold. My grandmother had a gentle touch. No, she didn't. She was abusive and horrible. My grandmother had a sharp wit. What does that mean? My grandmother was a devout Christian. Absolute lies. My grandmother was a generous soul. No. Try again. My grandmother was an animal. No, that is true. My grandmother was a proud woman. No. My grandmother had a wealth of knowledge. No. Sadly. My grandmother loved to watch the birds in her backyard. Well, actually, there was that ridiculous story that I remember. My grandmother was a wise woman who lived a long and fulfilling life. She died at the age of 7. I mean, for God's sake. Okay, so now we have 60 sentences using the word grandmother, and then we take the bleeding thing, select it all, and then we, oh dear, coppily woppily, and coppily woppily it to here, and then we go there, and then we get rid of the ChatGPT stuff because we don't need it, and then we've got all of this wonderful linguistic corpus. It's just amazing. Grandma stories. No, they're not really stories. Just grandma, grandmother, grandmother. And then we take this here. So what are we doing? We have to copy the thing, don't we? We copy, and then we go to the lang gen and choose the right one, and then we bloody well put grandmother in, and then we take this, oh God, and then we take that and we put it in the text reader. So, and we can put it up the top there. So, grandmother. Hurry up, how do you say grandmother?
Žavglaj. Žavglile čerírik. Kulečere oběčere vek igelečere idrýr klžavglaj. Pol žavglaj jedžok ježe žavglute af igive. Kulaklol žavglaj galič. Pol žavglaj kjuč ježe jedžok gitataše jeveže žrl. Pol žavglaj biserale a daje vajp. Pol žavglaj tašek dadet lečerírik jute ou. Pol žavglaj ježe dženrův il jeveže tašek dadevda ilirchev. Pol žavglaj igek davud gidik garle fu ježe jilvču. Pol žavglaj jedžok ježe žavsadagus a vdrele čereaše. Pol žav...
Excuse me, can you just be quiet? I don't want to listen to your crap anymore. I could slow it down even more.
Žavglaj. Žavglile čerírik. Bulečere oběčere vek igelečere idrýr plžavglaj. Pol žavglaj jedžok ježe žavglute af igive. Ulaklol žavglaj.
Žavglaj. I mean, God help us. I've completely forgotten what I'm doing.
Žavglaj. Žavglile čerírik. Kulečere oběčere vek igelečere
one of the... I remember when trying to educate myself about conlangs and the whatever. One of the things was, usually if you're doing a conlang, you're trying to make it simple. One in contradistinction, that doesn't sound very English, but the thing is, in comparison to what they talk about naturally evolved languages like English, French, German, etc. Shit, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Moving on. There's a lot of irregularities, like English is a prime example. People lament left, right, and centre. Spelling, you try. English spelling is a nightmare. I have difficulty spelling, period. But in English, I find it extremely difficult, time and time again. So, how do you say that? Tennessee, Mississippi. For the life of me, I just cannot remember. And I think to myself, it isn't that difficult, you know. And wondering to yourself, why is it so difficult? But this language here is, dare I suggest, it's difficult. For English speakers, that's a whole heap of sounds chucked together in large words that English speakers are not used to saying that type of thing. I mean, God, it's ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. And I thought for a moment that, I can't even remember how to say it, the name of this particular conlang, that it was actually half pie, sonorously decent. But alas, I think it's a load of shit. It's unpronounceable.
Žavglaj. Žavgli lečerírik. Gulečere obě čeref vek igelečerej drýr plžavglaj. Pol žavglaj jedžok ježe žavglute af igive. Ulaklol žavglaj galič. Pol.
Just stop there. It's dare I suggest, in my humble opinion, I think it looks ugly on the page. Just ugly. I don't know what possessed me at any point in time to actually ever have thought that, and I can't remember how to say the bleeding thing properly. Oh God, it's on the what was I going to say? Oh, I don't know, I have no idea. So, I mean, my grandmother always had a smile on her face. Oh, God, I mean, it's so dumb. Let's leave this one because it's completely unpronounceable. And how do you even say that? Cooney Uvi. Oh, God. It could be Corny Uvi. I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. So what are we doing? Grandmother. So how do you say grandmother in this one? Vradkapi. Vradkikapi. It's not actually. It looks like, oh God. Try explaining, what do they call it? The rules of pronunciation. Well, would you like the long version or the short version? And it's another thing. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Surely, and oh fuck. Oh, that's appalling. Avrodki Kai. It could be Avrodki Kai. Avrodki Kafi. Avrodki Kai. Avrodki Kafi. I don't know. That doesn't, at the present moment, I'm of the opinion it doesn't sound too bad. And it's not too difficult to pronounce either. God knows what the bloody text reader is going to say. Oh my God. Land to push the right button.
Prudku is duarus. Zetis duosidicis is endrisark vrudkai. Kovrudkai uxuos uk uckeki at ipussi. Ikes kovrudkai zakis. Kovrudkais azisus uxuos pikakai ut psurk. Kovrudkai do izduki as dabuti sotus. Kovrudkai kaik dadik is duarus ubat I oa. Kovrudkai uk unrit I